The Toronto Raptors are teasing something big, as there's been a lot of talk about a new era of Toronto Raptors basketball starting right now, and that has also been combined with a lot of chatter of honoring Vince Carter's legacy with the Toronto Raptors, especially where the New Jersey Nets are retiring his jersey. This has come out from Masai, Ujiri, and Raptors social media, but on top of it, we've had a lot of interesting posts from the official main accounts of the Raptors social media team and some cryptic quotes from Masai Ujiri that we're going to dive into in this video that reveal that some big changes are coming specifically to the style and look for this Toronto Raptors team as early as this season. So we're going to break down what a rebrand will look like for this Toronto Raptors group, whether or not it makes sense to do it at this time, and should we expect some completely new threads entering next season for this Raptors group? Because frankly, this is an opinion, this is a debate that a lot of people are on multiple sides of the fence on, and I'll break down my opinion and stuff on it here. But before we do, folks, again, if you're a part of over 50% that haven't hit the subscribe button just yet, make sure you guys hit that sub button so you don't miss a single thing regarding this Toronto Raptors team. My voice is still a little bit cooked, so I appreciate everyone wishing me well. I'm feeling good. Just my voice, throat, and stuff is a little bit in rough shape right now, but that doesn't stop us from covering some Toronto Raptors news and covering something that I personally am pretty excited about because, again, you can see currently behind me right here, this is kind of, to me, the Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam era. And while I love both of those players, I love both of those guys, it's been a pretty mid-era Toronto Raptors basketball. And that might sound, as an entitled Toronto Raptors fan, as someone that's I want to say formative years. I was a Bargnani kid growing up, but for a long time of my Raptors fandom, just given my age, the Raptors have been good. So dealing with some mid-level years is, might be a thing that people will roast to complain about. But I've never been a fan of the look of these jerseys. And to me, it represents an era of midness in this Toronto Raptors basketball organization. Now with the moves and hoping that this team is able to turn things around next season, a new look, a new style is something that will be welcomed in regards to this new era of Raptors basketball. And frankly, it looks like there's going to be something that we're going to get. So let's dive into what's coming out. So basically, a recent social media post came out, and I broke it down yesterday. The NBA Cup, the Emirates NBA Cup, I broke down the schedule yesterday, so check that out. But essentially, you can see the jersey there. Scottie Barnes with the OG jersey. That's actually a jersey from 2 years ago. You can see with the patch, the Bill Russell 6 patch on his shoulder. But underneath it, you see the purple jersey that's going on. Now, Raptors Digest rebranded to red and purple just last season before we jumped the gun on what the Toronto Raptors team was doing. But you can see more and more purple integrated in through these social media posts all throughout this. But we actually see Vince Carter's sort of Raptors jersey underneath that one here. And yesterday, or what is it? Yesterday, the Raptors tweeted an eyes emoji with some stuff that's going on. And you could probably also see that this logo has been changed for the Raptors official logo. This happened a couple weeks ago in terms of it's the 30th year anniversary for the Toronto Raptors. And everyone knows the Raptors, and you can see it. I'll pull up my full rebound. Like, we had this jersey, for the last few seasons, and before it, we moved away completely from the purple for this era. The Kawhi sort of DeMar DeRozan era, right? We had those red and white jerseys. We didn't have really any purple in our color schemes, especially except for specialty jerseys and stuff along those lines. We were more black and gold for stuff like that there. But essentially, you can see it there now. The Toronto Raptors, full social media post. This isn't like a temporary thing. They've had this now for a few weeks at this point. This 30, and it's full out purple. So we're seeing this post of Scottie Barnes, the purple jersey underneath. And this isn't for some random specialty thing. This is for Scottie Barnes. This is for, the NBA Cup. So it's not like, oh, we have a special jersey night or something. They're putting some purple in here for this stuff here. And then you saw the eyes emoji. And then we also saw this random post from social media account bringing up Hakeem Olajuwon wearing a Toronto Raptors purple jersey. And again, Hakeem Olajuwon's an amazing basketball player, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Wasn't when he was on the Toronto Raptors. So a little bit of a weird thing to kind of post, except to really accentuate the jersey, the legacy of things that are going on there now at this point. And we also got little detectives out there regarding Jamal Shed, who did have his official photos taken, already this offseason in last year's jerseys, in last year's kit. So it was the red and white ones. But if you can see in here, and it might be tougher to see, you can see in the shorts that Jamal Shed was wearing, they look like some newer version black, purple, and red shorts that were taken from this Toronto Raptors group. So what's going on here? What's happening? Because again, a lot of people probably don't care, but the Toronto Raptors going and having like an alternate jersey, having something random along those lines, that's purple. We've had that done before, right? This one here was a few seasons ago, right? That's nothing crazy, but official rebrand is something that I would personally welcome. Now, I'd like it to happen during a season where we know the Raptors will be good, so we don't have to associate it with a down season, a down era, or something along those lines. But I never been the biggest fan of these jerseys here. The red one was the one I was most kind of I didn't mind the most, but frankly, I've never just been in love with the chevron sort of jersey. So a lot of people are pointing to the fact that, hey, the Raptors could go into the next season with new kits and new jerseys and stuff. Now, again, I kind of made the point that probably they would have been introduced already and the rookies would have their official headshots and stuff taken with the new jerseys, with the new kits, but Media Day has not happened, and there's a big reason to sort of do it this year. Not to mention, the 30th year anniversary, stuff that's going out there along those lines. But essentially, Vince Carter's getting his jersey retired from the New Jersey Nets. I know he retired a couple seasons ago, but this seems like the time where people are starting to honor Vince Carter. A couple seasons out, he's not going to officially return. I got one more year in me, those types of memes. And Masai Ujiri did tease in the post-ending season press conference that essentially Vince Carter will be honored in some shape or form by the Toronto Raptors organization for this upcoming year, and he said he was really excited about it. Now, what does that mean? Because a lot of people heard that and said, okay, Vince Carter's going to be the first jersey that's retired. And I've been vocal about how I do not want Vince Carter's jersey retired by this Raptors organization. I just don't think, again, I don't want to take anything away from what the influence that he had. I didn't live through it too. So I'm dispassionate for Vince Carter. I grew up at my formative years hating Vince Carter. Not hating, like hating the basketball. As a 3-year-old, whatever, right? Like the booing Vince Carter. My first playoff series I watched, Raptors versus Nets. Vince Carter knocked us out. I'm not the biggest fan of it, even though he seems to turn around. He's welcoming, and their fences are mended. And I don't obviously. I'm 24 now. I don't hate basketball players. I don't like them on the court and stuff. But the 12-year-old me that despised that man is kind of rushed out of me. But I still don't want his jersey retired. Just basically how things were handled, how things were split. I get roasted in the comments section for it. I don't mind it. I completely understand why people want his jersey retired, but I don't think it should be. That's just my take, especially with how much the portion of the fan base that still isn't the biggest fan of Kyle Lowry needs to have his jersey retired way before Vince Carter does. That's neither here nor there. But basically, now that Masai Ujiri, we're seeing all this cryptic stuff. We're seeing the turn to purple, and we're seeing essentially Scottie Barnes layered on top of a Vince Carter sort of cutout. A lot of the signs might be pointed to maybe a specialty jersey this year or something like that for Vince Carter in this season. And frankly, with the logos, with all the changes, with all the purple that they've been integrating into every single social media post this year, not just for like the flat ones, I think it could be more than just a specialty jersey, more than just something, that's worn 2-3 times a season. I think this might be the beginning of a rebrand. If we don't have an official, jersey change, if we don't have one of those big changes that goes on right away, I think the same way where, leading into the championship, with Kawhi Leonard, we won the championship in those North Chevron jerseys, the candy cane jerseys. And then the season after, we officially leaned into the full out, Chevron style where, every single jersey, every single kit had that sort of triangle on it. Even if we don't fully go full out rebrand this season, I think we slowly reintegrate the purple, and then no later than next year, we're going all out on the purple and red, which would be welcome to me because I like the style. I think it looks cool. It's a part of the Toronto Raptors, color scheme even when it was taken out. So I don't know. I'd like to see that happen, but let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited to see purple integrated back into the jersey kits? Let me know. You guys are the best. I've signed it out. Cheers.